It do YouTube. Check it out. It's your boy Cobra with another video. Let us sucker delight. A funny way to drink. For adults only. The Booby beer cover. I opened it up. We got a beer. Now we're gonna pop it onto the top. And that's what's up. This is just a silly way to drink beer, I tell you what. There's so many inappropriate jokes you can make with this, and I'm not even gonna go there. Coors Teton beer. You'll know when the can's cold because the nipple gets hard. If chicks can have straws with penises on them and they can just suck on them or the liquid goes through, then this right here is gender equality. Look at that. This would be a fun little gag gift for like your bachelor party or for like a inappropriate college party where you're just, yeah. Hey, look, Chad Thundercock's got one of those boob things for his beer. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Someone said this in the packages. I thought that was kind of funny. I hope one day I tried it and I'm like, that is too much. That is funnier than shit. I don't care what anyone says, yo. That is funny shit. I hope I don't get demonetized on YouTube for showing a titty. Booby beer cover. It just says, the slogan should be titties and beer. You get two of them, you can have one for each side. That's horrible. No, but they make with these weird novelty things. This is something you'd find at Spencer's more than likely. Yeah. Shout out to Spencer's Gifts. And if they don't got it, then maybe Hot Topics got it. Of course, if you say that, people call you a mallcore goth, and I'm like, dude, there are different ways to do it, man. Some of us can't afford $400 spiked goods. I've seen some of the goth clothing they sell online. It's expensive as and then you gotta pay for shipping, and you're just like, you know what? Black regular jeans and a rock t-shirt. I'm good to go. No, but this was a Dirty 30 gift for one of my fans. I tried it and I was like, okay, now this is just too funny. You have the ability to drink beer out of a titty. That's just funny shit. So I'm definitely going to have to age restrict the video because tobacco and alcohol are for 21 and up. Although, you know what pissed me off about this shit, man? I'll tell you what, man. You turn 18, you can buy an AR-15, but you can't buy a pack of cigarettes. The fuck? And the fucking thing shoots a pistol cartridge, and when you got to be 21 and up to buy a pistol, what kind of loophole is that bullshit? You think that's ridiculous? Shit. This is a fun little way to create a gag gift of sorts. A sucker's delight, non-toxic material. Fits most beer and soda pop cans. Be the life of the party. Love Zone for adults. A fun way to drink. And more titty than I've touched in 3 years. And that was a dry spell joke. Haha. No, I'd rather make fun of my dry spell than be depressed about it, to be honest. It seems like a stupid thing to be depressed about when you consider the grander scheme of things. You know, the age-old joke, whenever you hear a man bitch about being single, you always hear his dude friends, dude, you sound like a chick. And then he calls them a sexist, and then you're turning into a feminazi. Like, no. Women and men bitch about the same goddamn thing and want the same goddamn thing, and yet somehow these dynamics with the double standards and shit. This would be an obnoxious way to have a fun college party or a bachelor party kind of thing. You and the bros are having a bachelor party because dude guy's getting married, so you put a bunch of these beer things on top. I mean, come on. It's pretty much harmless, but there are some people who might get offended by it. Like, oh my god, Cobra's drinking beer out of a boob. The fuck? And my man sent me some weird shit in the mail, I'll tell you what. And I thought this was a gas, to be honest. I'm like, that's too funny. It's like, hey, look, an autistic boob drinking out of a boob. And it looks like I got 2 more left. Yes. This seems to be the only 6-pack I can get in an instant. Check out these abs, yo. Yeah. That was a really bad joke. And I totally fucking went for it. You gave it a titty twister to pop it off. Okay, that was horrible. How many bad boob jokes are we gonna make? Jeez, are you just trying to piss off the feminazis? No, but they could take a dick up the vagina, but they can't take a joke. Now you're really pushing buttons, Cobra. Calm down. You know how many bachelorette parties? I'm reminded of a Ron White skit where these chicks were drinking out of the little dick-shaped straws, and the whole thing became about that, apparently. Because nobody could focus on the stand-up bit when you got a bunch of drunk chicks being as inappropriate as boys, drinking out of the little penis-shaped straws, giggling. Oh, look how cute that is, right? One of them says, yeah, her boyfriend's is smaller than that, and they all just chuckle hilariously. The second you make a comment about her ass being too fat, well, now see, you're the asshole male pig. That YouTube is called a double standard. I'm an obnoxious asshole, but I tell it like it is. I titty twister that bastard back on there. Improv comedy with a boob beer popper. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for showing this crap. And again, YouTube's got naked yoga of hot and of age chicks with their titties and shit hanging out, just fully naked, doing yoga. Now I'm going to do a downward dog, and I'm just like, yeah, right. Yet somehow, if you go on Chatterbait and watch a chick just sitting there dancing naked, that's considered softcore porn. I'm like, wait a minute. There's a lot of mixed messages here. Your drug counselor in high school is telling you not to drink beer. It's bad for you. But you're so goddamn horny you could jack off to a lot of shit. You know, you're at that age, right? And then some hot chick in a bikini comes on TV and she's like, hey, stud, want to drink some suds? And now they're like, wait a minute. Mr. Mackey said beer's bad, okay? But, that chick in the bikini's kind of hot. No, I'm kind of thirsty. Now, if you're like a male sorority party kind of thing and you want to be obnoxious and crude, it's a great way to do it. This was like a dirty 30 gift, and I opened it and gave it a try, and I chuckled a little bit. I'm like, yeah, that's just funny. There are people out there, top scientists, mind you, who are like, we need to make a boob thingy that you can stick on your beer can so guys and gals can drink beer out of a tit. It'll be funnier than shit. What's next? We need saggy boobs for your tailgate. We'll call them tailgate tits. You know, like the makers of the truck nuts comes tailgate tits. This is a nifty little product. I got ain't that cute. You're sucking beer out of a titty. Non-toxic. Be the life of the party. Adult novelty gag. Made in China. That's alright. I'm definitely gonna have to age restrict this video because there was a titty and there was beer. And YouTube might have a stickle about that, like Cobra, you naughty bastard. We warned you with the cock holster video, even though you age restricted it, you piece of autistic shit. Holy shit. This is a fun little way to drink your beer. People get a little chuckle out of it, like, oh look, it's a beer booby. Hey Lois, titties and beer. Oh Peter, that's inappropriate. It's like the worst Lois Griffin impersonation ever. Fuck off. Oh, shit. Oh, look at that, I'm getting my dick wet. It's dripping beer all over the place. Well, at least it's on my lap and on the chair, eh? The fucking hell is this? Did it seriously fucking puncture? Bollocks. Well, that's how I do sometimes. Overall, I'll give the Booby beer cover a 10 out of 10. It's a fun little gag gift you can have at like an adult party. Like, I want to chuckle at that. Let your immature sign out for a second. You're like, hey, look, a sucker's delight. Some more beer, ice cold pickup truck, however that fucking song goes. You could use it for your soda pops, for your beers. Put it on a can of Mountain Dew. That'd be a redneck dream right there. I tell you what, man. Like, hey, look at that. Your boobies are squirting Mountain Dew. You know what you call a crazy ex-wife with a nice pair of titties? Call it a booby trap. Or was that booby entrapment? That was really terrible. Brought to you in part by beer, not till you're 21. Yeah, son of a bitch, I broke the can. Nice pair of cans. Oh no, the booby jokes are never gonna get old. I mean, seriously, I got up bunch of them that are like funny but not like sexist or like over the top crude. If you're gonna make women laugh with that crap, you don't want to be mean about it. You just gotta, you gotta be a smart ass. That's the key. You got some dude who goes to the gym and works out. He's like, yeah. So he wears a t-shirt showing off his big biceps. Of course, he's gonna be like flexing harder than a female on Instagram with lots of cash. Like, "Ugh." Now, if a chick he's not into looks at him and says, nice biceps, and if he says, and I quote, don't look at me, you creep, that, yeah, that doesn't work like that, does it? I'm an honorary shit for saying that, but it's the goddamn truth. Meantime, this beer thing, you got a beer booby. What the fuck is even this? You can use it for soda pop, but I thought that was kind of funny. Booby beer cover. Fits most beer and soda pop cans. Ridiculous. Yeah. Now, when it comes to relationships, we don't gotta make it a bit difficult, do we? I mean, a bit difficult? No, we don't. Just one bad boob joke after another. Holy shit, Cobra. This is lazy and raunchy. Oh, get along, little doggy. It's the last roundup. A fun way to drink your beer. For adults only. Yeah, that's a little suggestive. So just try not to crush the can while we're doing it. That might prevent leakage. The pants are gonna reek like beer, but that's alright. Can you twist it back on there? You know, the female form is overly sexualized in our society. And I think it's quite honestly bullshit. People look at Playboy and go, oh my god, that's pornographic. I'm like, that's either tasteful nude, or excuse me, was tasteful nude, but now they're more scantily clad or wearing bikinis because you can go on to Google and be like, whatever of age chick you want to see naked, big, small, whatever, they got it. They got it. That's a really bad reference. I guess Santa Claus wanted to give Mrs. Claus his Polar Express. That was an even worse joke. Holy shit. Watch it, Cobra. That shit'll get you in trouble with the YouTube now. I'll be looking at you like that's not appropriate. You don't gotta crush the can to drink out of it, just pour it. What the Overall, it's a tight fit. That's what she said. Seriously, Cobra, stop. Oh boy. No, in all jokes, all seriousness aside, if this is your market for crude things to drink your drinks with, the Booby beer cover, it works. You got like a little boob on top of your can. It's funny. It was the Dirty 30 gag that one of my fans sent me. I'm like, I'm going to do a review on this, get some beer, see how it do. It do alright. And look, it's 5:44. Block. You see these nasty comments, you just block them. People are literally this desperate and sad. They're like, oh, this guy's got autism. I want to fuck with him. Fuck you. Now, when you get text messages harassing you like that, you just block it and ignore it. Don't even respond to it. They're going to try to make up anything they can to fuck with you. They'll fuck with you, your friends, whatever. It's dumb. It's dumb. My trolls are sad and miserable fucks. And nothing's going to piss them off more than continuing to make videos and blocking and ignoring their text messages. That's the kind of crap that's going to piss them off, because like, you know what, Cobra's a funny motherfucker, and he's getting a lot of subscribers, and he's not even acknowledging us. Well, ain't this a bitch? Improper comedy of sorts. You know what I'm saying? They don't know who they're with. They really don't. My powers are great. My influence on the world is so awesome, otherwise they wouldn't feel the need to text me stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? If I did not control their life, they wouldn't sit there and text me the dumb shit that they text me. Wow. Trolls need to get a life. Hey, you could get two of them, have one for each side. That's horrible. Like I said, the boob jokes are going to get really tiresome in this video. You might cringe or facepalm or go, of course the autistic Spurg makes that joke. But you know, so the dynamic in our society is different when it comes to dry spells. If women haven't had good dick in 3 to 4 years, women around them are saying, girl, you need to find yourself a good man, kind of thing. But if a dude hasn't been laid in 3 to 4 years, dude, you need some pussy, bro. You need to get laid. What the fuck is that? You see yellow liquid pouring out of the thing, and you're like, that just doesn't look right. Is Cobra drinking beer out of a booby? What even is this video? This is ridiculous, Cobra. Why? And I'm like, dude, that's some bullshit. Like, you want men to be nicer to women. Men want women to provide more relations, if you know what I mean. So we gotta stop slut shaming women and simp shaming men. It interflows with the natural cause of things. And the biggest bitch of it is, and I quote, if women try to support men's rights, they get chastised by other women as being weak. But if men try to support women's rights, we get called a simp, and you're just trying to get some pussy. It's like, dude, come on, man. We don't need this sexism and racism bullshit. And you know this Ronald White bit where he's like, yeah, there were these chicks sitting in front of me drinking out of penis straws, and that just kind of became a distraction. It's the same fucking concept with this Booby beer cover. You and the boys are having a beer, one of them's getting married, so you got a bunch of these laying around. You're like, hey, congratulations. We got some beer. Pop one of these on there. Coors Teton beer. You'll know when it's cold when the nipples get hard. Grab a Coors Teton beer and chill out, amigo. There we. No, it's ridiculous, you two. I think my trolls need to get laid more than I do, to be honest, because they're more obsessed with it than I am. They're constantly texting me shit like you need to get laid. And it's like, and you're clearly getting some when you spend all day harassing an autistic. Wow. Booby beer cover. It's got like a fleshy colored boob and then the nipples where you drink out of it. It's very inappropriate and adult themed. Alright. But, outside of that, this might offend some people. If you're a woman who gets offended by me drinking out of a beer, Booby, there are straws, drinking straws, with penises at the tip of the straw. So it's like you're sucking on a dick when you're drinking your tequila and getting white girl wasted. Bitching about men. Because you're at a bachelorette party and your female friend's getting married and of course no one else is. I'm obnoxious, man. Holy shit. Spring is in the air, people. We're surviving the pandemic. You have to be like, no, we're not gonna take it anymore. I've been praying to Lucifer that we get a cure and vaccines and all that, but in typical vaccine fashion, it ain't perfect. That's the frustrating part of it. Should have been a bit more specific. I try to use my magic to make the world a better place. That's a responsible Satanist. To an extent. Yes. The devil's not the bad guy. You sit there and blame Satan for everything. What kind of self-righteous God would let the human race suffer with COVID-19? And that's something to think about. That's because the Bible was misinterpreted. We're supposed to see ourselves as gods and goddesses. Think about it. When they're like, God destroyed the crops, it's because the person making them didn't do a good job watering them or some shit, and then they just died. Back then, they had no idea of science and technology and what have you, or even a broad understanding of how to grow crops or that climate and certain things couldn't grow in that climate. It's all trial and error, discovery kind of thing. So if something radical happens, whether it's a negative or a positive, it's because God did it. That's the kind of fucking malarkey on which the Bible was written in. But Christians are like, if you practice magic, you're going to hell for your sins. But then they talk about Moses with his staff parting the sea. I'm like, dude, that sounds like magic to me. Chemistry is just potion making. Science is a form of magic if you really think about it. Yes. People sucking in a beer. So he's drinking one with the booby on top. You give it a titty twister and it pops off just like that. Honestly, this is a fun little gag gift for your beer, soda pop drinking needs. 10 out of 10. Pretty funny shit. I mean, if you got an immature sense of humor, you'll chuckle at it. If you're a tight ass, you'll probably be like, oh, well, I never. That man is drinking a beer out of a baby. Oh my god. Do you see this? I thought it was funny. Like, hey, Cobra's turning dirty 30. Let's send him a booby you can drink beer with. That seems oddly appropriate. Now, if you like this content, subscribe for more. Hit the like button. Comments are back on, but they're approved only. So, what it do? That seems to be the best way to do it. The Booby beer cover. That's obnoxious. It's no more obnoxious than the penis-shaped drinking straws that you would get. Definitely something you'd see at Spencer's Gifts. It's just got that, you know what I'm saying? You go into Spencer's and there's like a bunch of pot-related shit. And there's some shit with penises and boobs. And there's a couple of beer and tequila shits. And they got spikes and nail polish. It's like goth when you're in college. Hot Topic is like goth when you're in junior high. Okay, that's. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make that joke. That was bad. Yeah, like, I'm not talking shit, that's the fucking truth, because you're just like, hey, man, if Spencer's don't have it, Hot Topic might. And who gives a fuck if people call you a mallcore goth or what have you? That's just, it's pretentious shit like that. Someone sent me a video of, hey, Cobra, this person with like 4 subscribers reacted to your videos from a real goth's perspective, and I just laughed. I'm like, that's the pretentious dumb shit that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If goth is about being non-conforming, then every goth copying each other's style doesn't seem very, like, what? That's why there's different styles of goth. But that's beside the fucking point. But you know what I'm saying? Like, even the community where it's about just getting along, and you know what I'm saying? It's stupid. Oh, you don't wear the same eyeliner that I wear, so therefore you're not goth. Yeah, well, you don't listen to the same music I listen to, so you're not goth. And that's the kind of crap, and I'm like, dude, stop. Yeah, how many fucking goths have done an emos and seen whatever the fuck you would, you know what I'm saying? And that was just, holy crap, growing up with that, that was just like prehistoric to pronouns today. Now you got people who identify as a goddamn attack helicopter, and I'm just like, what? You're an attack helicopter, aren't you special? Went from these people identifying as emo, and now they're identifying as attack helicopters. Holy shit. Okay, punk happened, and then goth evolved from punk, and then emo evolved from goth. Scene evolved from emo, and that's how that happens. Just culture and music influencing each other, man. And people are sitting there calling each other posers and shit, and it's like, dude, why? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid! I got called a poser because I listened to Cradle of Filth, and I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. You like a different band. That's cool, man. It's about music. That's what these movements are. All the, you know what I'm saying, from punk, emo, goth scene, whatever, it's all a movement of music and the music scene. So who gives a fuck? That's your opinion, okay? You want to give someone shit because they listen to Green Day. Okay, that's your opinion. I think it's just subject to taste. And then speaking of being subject to taste, there's some people who are like, oh hey, rock and roll is so underground these days. Oh, look at you, Mr. Show Off, with your PC Rich Warlock custom painted Revenge series guitar. Now the Booby beer topper would recommend. The adult gag gift effect is in full swing. Would recommend. That's a fun little gag gift. Definitely not appropriate for a certain audience. I mean, you could stick it on your Mountain Dew can. Be like, oh shit, titties that leak Mountain Dew. That'd be a redneck stream, wouldn't it? Okay, Cobra, calm down. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Drinking out of a Booby beer can. That was ridiculous. Okay, chew cool cobras later.